Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Interestigation. In today's episode, as you can see from the top of the page, we're going over 2020 AMC 10.8. And this is a relatively easy topic on this channel. And we're going over the entire exam or competition in one video. So I will try to not make it as long as the last one, but it will definitely be longer than our usual videos. So let's get started. In number 1, it asks, Luke is making a lemonade for a school fundraiser. His recipe is 4 times as much water as sugar and twice as much as lemon juice. So he used 3 cups of lemon juice, which means that he uses twice as much sugar, so 6 cups of sugar, and 4 times as much water, which is 24 cups of water. And that is our choice E. In number 2, 4 friends do a yarn work, and all of these, they just want to split the money. So 15 plus 20 plus 25 plus 40, that is 35, 50, that is 35, that will be 60, or $100 in total. So over 4 people, it will be 100 over 4, which is $25, 40 minus 25, which is $15. Our choice is C. In number 3, Carrie has a rectangular garden that measures 6 by 8, and he has a strawberry. So basically 6 by 8, which is 48 square feet, and his entire garden with strawberry plants, and 4 strawberry plants per square feet, so times 4, which is equal to 192 strawberry plants, and times 10, which gives us answer choice D. In number 4, the first one would just have 1. The second one would have 1 plus 6. The 6 comes from the 6 groups of 1. And the third group would have 1 plus 6 plus 6 groups of 2, which is 1 plus 6 plus 12, which is 19, which means that the last figure or the next figure would have 1 plus 6 plus 12 plus 3, like 6 groups of 3 circles, which is 18, or 19 plus 18, which is 37. In number 5, it says 3/4 of the pitcher is filled with pineapple juice and is empty into equal amount of 5 cups. So 3/4 would be equal to 75%. That equally distributed into 5 cups would have 15% each cup. So our answer choice C. Number 6. So basically 5 people on a small tree that has 5 cars that sits on each car, and Marin sat in the last car. So something Marin. And the Aaron sat directly behind Sharon. So Aaron sat directly behind Sharon, and Darren sat one of the cars in front of Aaron. So now something is in front of Aaron, so as A must be in one of these spots, or as A must be in one of these spots. And now at least one person sat between Darren and Karen and Darren. So this would not be possible because 2 seats are consecutive, but this would be possible. And the one sat in front of Aaron would be Darren, and the after would be Karen. So in the middle of the card, it would be Aaron. For problem number 7, it asks how many integers between these have arranged in increasing order. So if we have 2 as the starting digit, the second digit must be 3 because 2400 is not, and anything above that is excluded. And now, what we want that now should be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5 to 9, or let's say 2, 3, 4 something. 2, 3, 5 something would be 6 to 9. 2, 3, 6 something would be 7 to 9, etc. So that will be 5 to 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is 5. That's 4, that's 3, that's 2, that's 1, for a total of 15 numbers. For number 8, Richardo has 20 coins, and some of them are pennies, and the rest of them are nickels. What is the difference between the greatest possible and least possible amounts that Richard can have? Greatest possible would just be 1 penny plus all of the other ones are nickels, so 5 times 2019. And the least possible would just be 2019 plus 5 times 1. That will give us 4 times 2019, that minus 5 plus 1, which is minus 4, which is 4 times 2018. That would result in 8,072. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Next one is problem number 9. It has a 4x4x4, and it asks how many small pieces will have icing on exactly 2 of the sides. So we know that the side ones will have 2 of the sides. So the side ones, all 4 of these. So that will be 2 times 4, which is 8. All the top side ones, like these ones, will also have 2 sides. So that will be 2 times 4, which is 8. And notice that these also will have 2 because the bottom side does not have icing. So for a total of 4. So for a total of 8 plus 8 plus 4, which is 20. For number 10, Zara has a collection of 4 marbles and he wants to display in a row of shelf. So let's write it out. But does not want to put Steady and Tiger next to each other. So just place it in a row on the shelf would be 4 factorial, which is 24 ways. But we need to subtract the ways that Steady and Tiger are next to each other, which is Steady Tiger, which is range Steady and Tiger itself have 2 factorial ways, and we have to rearrange the 3 items outside. Basically, Steady and Tiger pack, an algae, and the bumblebee. I have no idea if I spelled that correct. So times 3 factorial, which is 12 ways, which is exactly half of them, and the answer would be 24 minus 12, or 12. In 11, it asks for the average speed, so we basically only have to consider the end point and the start point. And for Maya, it's the same thing. So Naomi walked the 6 miles of distance in 10 minutes. So 6 miles over 1 over 6, which is 6 times 6, or 36 miles per hour, and that uses half an hour, so 6 over half, which is 12 mph, and subtract that, we would get 24. I didn't screenshot this answer choices in, but the answer would be 24. And for number 12, for positive integer n, a factorial, so we know that this has a factorial, and n factorial would just be 5 factorial times 9 factorial over 12. And let's break down the smaller one first. So n factorial is equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 times 9 factorial over 12. 12 is equal to 4 times 3, and that we see that 5 times 2 resulting 10. So our rest number would be 10 factorial. So n would be a 10. And for number 13, Jamo has a drawer containing 6 green socks, 18 purple socks, and 12. So it says that there's a 60% chance, which is 60% purple socks in the shelf, but in the drawer. But we know that the green and orange socks doesn't change, and there's 40% of them. So 18, or 6 plus 12, 18 socks is 40% of them. So 18 over 0.4. That would be equal to 45 socks in total. And how many purple socks did Jamo add? That would be 45 times 0.6, or 45 minus 18, both works. So that's 927. and subtract the 18 purple socks it has originally, we have B 19 of them. And in number 14, we really do not have to look at the individual bars because it tells us the average. That is a very, very, very useful message, and that we can use that. So let's approximate. That's about 4.5k. So that will be about 4.75k. Around that. Don't need it to be super clear. So 4.75k. Let's just write it out. 4750 times all 20 cities would give us. Let's make one of these. So 2 zeros at the end. That will be 1, 2, 7, 14, 15, 8, 95,000, which is our answer choice D. And let's continue with number 15. Number 15, it says 15% of x is equal to 20% of y. And what percentage of x is y? Which we basically want x to be isolated out. So 0.2 over 0.15 y. Want to know this value. Now, don't get distracted here. We do not want to know this value. So what percentage of x is y? That is wrong because we actually want y to isolate out. Like, what percentage of x? So it's like something percentage of x is equal to y. So we want y to be isolated out. So 0.15 over 0.2x. We want to calculate this value. So that would be 15 over 20, or that divided by 5, 3, 4, which is 75%. And that is our answer choice C. In number 16, we notice that all of the intersections are crossed off twice except B. So each of the letters are summed twice except B, which is summed 3 times. So if they're all summed twice, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, that's 21. And 2 times 21, which is 42. 42, which is all of the numbers summed twice. However, we wanted to all of the number except be summed twice. So the extra 5, 47 minus 42, the extra 5 that is given in the sum would be coming from B. So our B would be E5. And next question, it asks how many factors of 2020. Of course, we need to factor 2020 first. So 2 times 10, 10. That would be 2 times 10 times 101. Know that 101 is a prime number, so that would be 2 squared times 5 times 101. So that will have a total of 3 times 2 times 2, which is 12 factors. And we want to subtract the numbers that are less than 3 factors. So 1 factor. That would just be 1. 2 factors, which is a prime, that would be 2, 5, 101. And we have 3 factors. That will be something squared, because that's the only way. And something squared would be 2 squared. That's the only way, 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to subtract 5 out of our answer, which gives us 7. So number 18. Number 18 is a bit of a tedious problem. And what I did is I connected FC and CE to get to form a rect or a right triangle, and set CD to X so that if we calculate X out, we can calculate the area of ABCD. And that FC, which, because this is a right angle, that will be square root of 9 squared plus X squared. That will be square root of 25 squared plus X squared. Because angle C, or angle FCE, is also a right angle. So that squared, 9 squared plus x squared, plus 25 squared plus x squared, which is equal to that 25 plus 9, 34 squared. Now, let's move that over. First, 34 plus 25 times 34 minus 25. That's 2x squared plus 81. And this side would result in 59 times 9, which is 2 squared plus 81. And we can also subtract that over now, which results in 50 times 9. Okay, we don't have plus anymore. So that would be that. And so that's 450. So x squared would be 225. So since x cannot be a negative number, x would be 15. 15 squared is 255, and our area would be equal to 15 times 16. 3 times 5 times 2 times 8, which is 240. Next, let's do problem 19. And let's find that. Okay. A number is called flippy if its digits are alternate between distinct digits. For example, this is which 5-digit numbers are divisible by 15. Notice that the answer choices are all very, very, very small. So we can probably list them all out. And now, for it to be divisible by 15, it has to be divisible by 5 first, right? In order for it to be divisible by 5, it has to end with a 5 or a 0. If it ends with a 5, then it will be 5 something 5 something 5. If it ends with a 0, it will be 0 something 0 something 0, which this one doesn't exist. And for that, its sum of the digits will be divisible by 3 as well. So all of the possibilities are 0, 3, 6, and 9, giving us 4 choices. Alright, moving right along to number 20. A scientist walking through... Okay, so basically, tree 1 has 2 possibilities. One of the possibilities would be it has 5.5 meters. And in order for it to have 5 times 5 meters, there must be another 5, like something 0.5 meters, because this 0.2 means that it is ending with a 1 or ending with a 6, the total height. Therefore, this tree 3 must be 5.5 meters, or it can be 22 meters. But in order for it to have another 5.5 meters, tree 5 must have a 5.5 meters. And in this case, tree 4 must double it, and tree 5 must double it as well. See that this wouldn't impact the average height or total height at all. So let's just cancel this case. And in this case, it will have 11, 22, and 33, so 55. With that, the average height would be 11 meters, which does not have a decimal point. So we don't want this. Therefore, tree 1 has to have 22 meters. And tree 3, it might have 5.5 meters or 22 meters. And with 5.5 meters, tree 4 cannot divide again because that will have an even longer decimal. So it has to have 11 meters, and for the total height to be an integer, tree 5 must have 5.5 meters as well. So that would result in also 55. And now the last case, 22, 11, 22. Now we have 2 choices here. We can be 11 or 44. So, and the last choice, we don't want it to be a decimal. So the last choice must be 22. And therefore, that would be 22, 13, 33, 66, that's 88, which does not meet our requirement either. And also to the last case, as you can see, it can double or half. So that would have 33, 55, 99, 121. So another easier way to solve this would be, see, like, this is 2 times 11, this is 1 times 11, this is 2 times 11, 4 times 11, 2 times 11. So just do 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 4, that is 5 plus 4, 9, that's 11 times 11, which is 121. And in this case, basically plus 66, and that would result in 187. And the only that meets our requirement is this. So our average treat height would be 121 divided by 5, which is equal to 121 divided by 5, 2, 5, that is 10, 21, 24.2, or answer choice B. In number 21, we can do it one block by block. We know that it can never hop onto a black block, so let's just write. So to reach point P, that's just 1, and everything on this side would be just 1, and anything below that would have a possibility of 0. So I'm not going to write that. So everything like that will have a 1, like this. And now, this point can be achieved either by here or here. Therefore, the total number of ways to achieve this point would be 2. And total number of ways to achieve this point, 3, 3, 6, 4, 5, 10, 15. That is 3. Because the only way to achieve this point would be going here, so the possibility would be the same. 3, 9, that would be 19, that would be 9, and that will be 28. So our answer choice A. Some people would think that the 7th step would be 4 right and 3 left, which results in 7 choose 3 or 35 choices. But that is not true, because some of the possibilities will go out of 4, which is not happening, and we have to subtract that after. And this answer choice, this solution would be an easier solution to think about. So let's proceed with number 22. In number 22, the whole idea would be reverse tracking. So for it to end up with a 1, we need to have a 2. Or plus 1, we need to have a 0. But it cannot have a 0, because if it is a 0, it will be just 0, 0, 0, and the final answer will be 0, which, I mean, it meets the answer, but it is sum of all such integers, which we don't want that, because that is just useless. So if we start with a 2, that is not, 1 is not divisible by 3, so it has to be 4. Now, it can either be 1, that is 3 times 1 plus 1, or 8, which is 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now, 1 is the same thing, 2, 4, and either could be 8 or 1. And 8 can either be 16, or we can just be 16, because 7 is not divisible by 3. And 16 can either be 32 or 5, because 5 times 3 plus 1. And 32 times 2 is 46, and 31 is not divisible by 3. And 5 can turn into 10. So add those together, 74 plus 9, we would get 83E. So in number 23, we have 5 different awards are given to 3 students. Each student will receive at least 1 award. In how many different ways can the award be distributed? In number 23, we can see that at least 1 award. So 3 students can either have 1, 2, 2 awards, or 1, 1, 3 awards. Notice that we need to choose one of 3 students to receive 1 award. So that's 3 choices. And that one student chooses 1 award, so that would be 5 choices. And the other student chooses 2 awards from the remaining 4 awards, so that's 4 choose 2, or 6. So 3 times 5 times 6, or 90 ways. And similar approach, 3 ways to choose one student that receives 3 awards, and there's 5 ways to choose the first award, 4 ways to choose the second award, so that will be 60 awards. In total, there will be 150 awards. In number 24, basically, we want to find the total area and the area contained by the brown squares. So, we'll just use the variables that they give us. Oops. So, they give us the variable d. So, d is d inches wide. So, and measuring s inches on the side. So, s inches on the side, s squared times 576. It already gave us the 576 green inches, divided by the side length. The side length would be composed of 24 of these and 25 of these gaps. So that will be 24 of the S plus 25D squared, which is equal to that 64%. We can square root of these to simplify it a little bit to get 8 over 10 is equal to 24s over 24s plus 25d. At this point, we can cross multiply. Notice that this can actually be simplified into 4 over 5. And now, let's see, 24 times 4s plus 100d. That is 24 times 5s. And moving that to that side, 24s will equal to 100d. So we want the value for d over s would be equal to 24 over 100. And we can divide 4 on both sides, so 6 over 25, or answer choice A. For number 25, we can set the side length to be x, and we can set the side length of the S3 to be y. And that is a square, so that is y, and that this is x. Therefore, this side length will be x plus y. This side length will be x plus y. And that this side length will be equal to that. So, let's prove it. So this will be x as well, right? Therefore, since this and this are equal, we can have that this is y, so that'll be y minus x, and this y minus x. So this side, 2020, is equal to 2y minus x is equal to 2020. And this side, which is x plus y, so x plus y, so x plus 2y is equal to 3322. And that we need to find the x. So let's subtract 2 equations. So we get 2x is equal to that 1302. So x is equal to 600. So that's 2, 10, 5, 51. That is our answer choice A. Thank you for watching this episode of Investigation, and please put your questions down in the comments below so that I can answer them. I know I went through all of these questions super fast, so I will leave you guys here. Goodbye.